Have you ever been confused between to and for? You are not alone. In this video, I'll explain when to use each one with clear examples to help you finally get it right. My name is Alisa, your English teacher, and if you're ready, let's get started. Make sure to watch this video till the end, because first we will learn when to use to, after that when to use for, and at the end we are going to talk about situations when you can use to and for. At this point, it can become really confusing, so you need to be very attentive. And of course, at the end, we will do the test. When to use to? First of all, when we are talking about direction or destination. Use to when something or someone goes somewhere. She is going to the market. She is going to the market. All right? Here we are talking about the direction, to the market. She is going to the market. They moved to Canada, to Canada. Here is the destination, Canada, so to Canada. We walked to the door. We walked to the door. Number 2, when we are telling the time. We use to say how many minutes it is before the next hour. For example, it's 10 to 5. It means that it's 4:50. All right? So 10 to 5. How many minutes it is before the next hour, before 5 in our example. Or it's 2:45. Quarter means 15 minutes. So it means it's 2:45. It's 2:45. Number 3, time between 2 points. From, to. We use from, to show the start and end of a time period. For example, I work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Here we show the start, 9 a.m., and the end of a time period, 5 p.m. The store is open from Monday to Friday. From Monday to Friday. Number 4, we use to show comparison or relation. Use to when comparing things or showing a relationship. I prefer tea to coffee. So this is my preference, right? Here I compare tea and coffee, and I say that I prefer tea to coffee. This is similar to that. So here we show the relation. Similar to that. This is similar to that. Number 5, showing limit or end point. All right, so we use to show limit or end point. For example, she worked to the end of the day. So the end of the day is the limit, is the end point, right, of the day. That's why we say she worked to the end of the day. He was pushed to his limits. So his limits is the limit for him, right? Is the end. He was pushed to his limits. Also, we use to when we're talking about giving or transferring. For example, use to when someone gives something to another person. He gave a gift to her. He gave a gift to her. So he gives something to her. He gave a gift to her. Can you send this email to me? Can you send this email to me? Also, we use to when we are talking about communication. Use to with verbs like talk, speak, say, explain, describe. All these verbs mean communication. He talked to his boss. He explained the situation to them. Explained to. Talked to. We use to when we are talking about the purpose, but with verbs. Use to show reason or purpose, but followed by a verb. Here you need to be very attentive. For example, I came here to learn English. What was the purpose? To learn English. So learn is the verb, right? That's why we need to use to. If they're going to be a noun or a gerund, you will not use to. You will use for, and we are going to talk about this. That's why here you should be very, very attentive. I came here to learn. To followed by a verb. She studies hard to pass the exams. What is the purpose? Why does she study hard? To pass. Pass is the verb. To pass the exams. Great job! Now let's talk when to use for. First of all, when we are talking about benefit or positive effect, we use for to say that something is helpful, healthy, useful, or good for a person, body part, or situation. Exercise is good for your heart. All right, so here we say that exercise is good for your heart. We are talking about the benefit or the positive effect of exercise. Vegetables are healthy for children. Again, here we are talking about the benefits of vegetables are healthy for children. Number 2, duration or time. Use for with time to show how long something lasts. All right? I've lived here for 5 years. So for 5 years. How long have you lived there? For 5 years. He worked there for a month. For a month is a duration. For a month. Number 3, when we are talking about help. Use for when you do something to help someone or give a benefit. I made this coffee for you. So I'm kind of helped. I made it for you. She cooked dinner for her family. She cooked dinner for her family. Number 4, function or use. We use for to explain what something is used for, its purpose or function. This bottle is for drinking water. Here you should be very attentive. When you want to say the purpose or the function, when you want to explain what something is used for, you should use a gerund or a noun after for. This bottle is for drinking. So here we use a gerund, drink plus ing. It's a gerund. A spoon is used for eating. Again, for and a gerund. For eating. Don't worry, soon we will compare how to use to and for when we are talking about purpose. For now, just remember that after for, you should use a gerund or a noun. And here we have a purpose with noun. This is what we were just talking about. Use for when something is meant for someone or something. This gift is for my friend. This shampoo is for dry hair. For a noun. For my friend. For dry hair. For hair is a noun. What? It's a noun. All right? Number 6, substitution or doing something instead. Use for when you do something in someone's place. For example, she couldn't come, so I spoke for her. It means that I spoke instead of her because she couldn't come. Can you do this for me? Which means instead of me. All right, I'm not gonna do this, so you do this instead. Can you do this for me? Great job. And now it's time to compare when you can use either to or for. Sometimes both to and for can be used, but the meaning changes. You need to be very attentive here. So first of all, when we are talking about reason or motive, you are answering the question, why did someone do something? Use to plus base verb to show the purpose or intention. She studies to improve her English. Why does she do this? What is the purpose? To improve. To plus base verb. Improve is the base verb. I exercise to stay healthy. To stay. What is the purpose of me exercising? To stay healthy. So to plus the base verb. Stay is the base verb, which means the verb without to. But if you're answering who or what is this for, use for plus noun or pronoun to show who benefits or the reason involving a thing. This gift is for you. Who is this for? For you. For plus a pronoun. You is a pronoun. I did it for my family. For whom? Whom did you do it for? For my family. Family is a noun. For my family. For plus a noun. Also, sometimes it gets really confusing whether we should use to me or for me. So, to me, direction, transfer, or communication. Use to me when something is given, said, or done in your direction. It involves movement or communication toward you. He gave the book to me. All right? To me. Direction to you. To me. She said something to me. Again, direction to you. To me. She said something to me. For me. We use for me when talking about benefit, help, or favor. Use for me when something is done on your behalf. We have been talking about this already. Meant to benefit you or done as a favor. She cooked dinner for me. So it has been done as a favor. She helped. She kind of helped, right? She cooked dinner for me. He carried the bags for me. So here clearly we see the help. He carried the bags for me. He helped me. Meditation is helpful for me. And here we see the benefit. What is the benefit of the meditation? Meditation is helpful for me. To me. Also we use to me when we want to say in my opinion or from my point of view. When you use to me in this way, you are saying, this is how I see or feel about it. Maybe others feel differently. To me, in my opinion, this is how I feel about it. To me, this painting is beautiful. So, in my opinion, this painting is beautiful. To me means in my opinion. It seems boring to me. So this is how I feel it. It seems boring to me. This is my opinion. All right. As you can see, we can use to me at the beginning of the sentence. Then we should use comma after it. Also, we can use to me at the end of the sentence. Then you don't need to use a comma. Great job. And now it's time to test your knowledge. To versus for. Choose the correct preposition. Here we have 5 sentences and there are 5 more. Overall, there are 10 sentences. I would like you to pause the video, write the answers in the comments below, and only after that we are going to check this test all together. So first of all, do this test yourself. Just test yourself. All right, let's check it. I gave the keys to my neighbor because she is watering my plants. Here, giving something direction. I gave the keys to my neighbor. Number 2, this medicine is really good for my stomach. Here we are talking about effect or benefit. Good for my stomach. Can you explain this grammar rule to me again? Here we have communication, explanation to someone. Explain to me. Number 4, he baked a cake for his mother's birthday. So here we have a purpose for an event or a person. For whom? For his mother's birthday. For what? For his mother's birthday. Number 5, I go to the gym every day to stay in shape. So here we have the purpose with verb, reason or goal. What is the purpose? Why do I go to the gym every day? To stay in shape. To plus base verb. Number 6, she bought flowers for her teacher as a thank you gift. So here we have a benefit as a kind gesture for someone, for her teacher. That seems unfair to me. In here, we have an opinion, how something seems from your point of view. So in my opinion, it's unfair. So that seems unfair to me. I'll carry those bags for you. They look heavy. So here, we are talking about favor or help, doing something to assist someone. For you. I'll carry those bags for you. Number 9, he walked over and handed the phone to her. So here we are talking about physical movement, transfer of an object, handed the phone to her. And number 10, this app is useful for learning new words. So here we are talking about function or use, the purpose of the app. What is the purpose? For learning. And because we have a gerund, learning, that's why we should use for learning. Please write down in the comments below what is your score. Did you get 10 out of 10 or maybe 7 out of 10 or 4 out of 10? Please let me know. Great job! Thank you for learning English with me. If you enjoyed this lesson, please remember to like it, subscribe to my channel and leave your comments below. And of course, I'll see you in my next videos. See you soon. Take care.